Hello, my name is J.K. Rasamny, and I will be presenting on HPV, also known as human papillomavirus. What is it, and how can it be prevented? So what is HPV? HPV is a sexually transmitted disease which can affect males and females, and is the most common sexually transmitted disease in the United States. In the U.S., 79 million people are currently affected with HPV. Half of all new infections are to boys and girls aged 15 to 24. Up to 80% of sexually active individuals have had HPV, and some studies suggest that all sexually active people in the United States will likely at some point be exposed to HPV. So how does HPV get transmitted? Number one is sexual contact. Whether it's genital, oral, or anal sex, HPV can be transmitted. Condom use may help reduce the risk, but is not fully protective. HPV can also be passed by non-sexual routes, such as mother to newborn. It's also known as vertical transmission, and possibly, but not well documented, by contact through undergarments, surgical gloves, biopsy forceps of tumors infected with HPV. Most important thing to keep in mind is that most infected individuals are unaware that they are infected and may unknowingly spread the virus. In up to 90% of cases, HPV infection is asymptomatic. So again, what are the symptoms of HPV? Well, most people never develop any symptoms. However, if HPV does not go away, it can cause genital warts or certain types of cancers in both men and women. Consult your physician if you notice anything new or unusual, such as warts or growths, lumps or sores on your vagina, penis, scrotum, anus, mouth, or throat. Of particular concern is that HPV can cause cancer. In women, it can cause cervical cancer. It can cause mouth and throat cancer in men and women. It can cause penile cancer, anal cancer, vulvar and vaginal cancer. Some things to keep in mind about cervical cancer or women. It's the second most common cancer affecting women. It is caused by HPV, and regular pap smear tests decrease a woman's chance of developing cervical cancer by 5 times. It is utilized as a screening tool for cervical cancer. Meanwhile, oropharyngeal cancer, also known as throat cancer, can also be caused by HPV, and is typically found in the tonsils, the base of the tongue, along the lingual tonsil tissue, as well as possibly the soft palate, although less frequently. Symptoms of cancer of the throat could be pain when chewing or swallowing food, swelling in the mouth, ulcerations that will not heal. This slide demonstrates a picture of an HPV lesion of the left tonsil, which is clearly bigger than the right tonsil. HPV can affect anyone, as actor Michael Douglas learned several years ago. Often we are asked if we can get tested for HPV. There is no current testing that can identify your HPV status. However, annual pap smears is recommended as a screening tool for women to assess HPV exposure to the cells of the cervix. There is not currently any oral cavity version of the pap smear. So what can we do to prevent HPV? As mentioned earlier, condom use can help, although it is not 100% effective. Abstinence, certainly. And thankfully, there is a vaccination. What is the HPV vaccine? It's the first vaccine developed to prevent the development of cervical cancer and genital warts caused by HPV. It works by protecting against the 4 types of HPV that are most common. It is given in 3 doses over 6 months. It is typically given between the ages of 9 to 12 and focuses on children in the ages of 11 to 12, but again, can be given as early as the age 9. It is also recommended that unvaccinated adults up to the age of 26 can still get vaccinated. It's important to note that a woman should not be vaccinated during pregnancy, and the vaccine does not prevent other STDs. This is the Gardasil Vaccine. And these are the separate versions of the vaccine that exist and the subtypes that they will protect against. In conclusion, important HPV points to remember. Please get yourself, if you are still a candidate, as well as your children vaccinated, boys and girls. Educate your children about safe and same sex. Keep in mind that HPV is extremely common throughout our population and that it can cause cancer.